Hello, I'm live. Hey, listen, I want you to like this page and share it. I've got a message for you. And I want, particularly if you know anybody that they've lost their jobs, there's thousands of people just right before Thanksgiving and Christmas that's losing their jobs. And I've gone through that, and I've got a message for those of you that know people, or you might have lost your job, or you might be on a job and you might be nervous as asking yourself, am I next? I think that's one of the things that we must all do in this thing called life is have a what if strategy. What if? And today I'm going to talk to you about why relationships matter. Because when stuff happens to you, your relationships can be an asset to you, or it could be a liability to you. So I want you to like this page and share it because there's so much stuff out on the internet. And I'm really thinking about coming on more often. I remember telling the story about Bob Marley when he suffered an injury from a fight, and he was going to still perform in Jamaica. And a reporter asked, "Hey, why are you performing? You are Bob Marley." And he said, "People who do evil in the world don't take a day off. Why should I?" Whoa. And that stayed with me. I want you to like this page and share it because you can find all kind of negative news out here today. And it's not good for your mental health. And so I know my message is not for everybody. There's some people like they just love to baptize themselves in drama and negative stuff. But if you have an appetite for something that can increase your sense of optimism, if you have a hunger for changing the direction of your life, if you're going through some stuff right now, I want you to like this page and share it and get a pen and paper out and take some notes. I got something for you up in here, because I've been where you are. And I want to talk right now about the value of understanding, being selective of when you are going through some stuff, who's around you. Now, you've heard me talk about the fact that you got to be hungry. Well, the reason I say you got to be hungry, because even if you lose your job and you don't have any money, hunger will not leave you. oh, oh, behave with your crazy self. Let me tell you, you got to be hungry that, hey, this is not my destiny. I'm getting out of here. And there are things that happen to us. Listen to me now. Listen to me clearly. I know what I'm talking about. There are things that happen to us at the time they feel very bad and tragic, and you're in a state of shock and anger and bewildered. I'm telling you, when I lost my job at WVKL and they fired me, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. As hard as I work, I was a morning personality. I was a program director. I was the music director. I was a production person. I did everything they asked me, and a lot of extra jobs and responsibilities I took on and did not get paid for. I did editorials and I was a community activist. And still, in spite of all of that, they fired me. Now, let me share something with you. This thing called life, life is lived going forward, but I want to ask you a question right now. Have you ever had something happen to you? And at the time, it seemed real bad. But as you went into the future, you look back and you looked at it and said, hey, had that not happened, I would not be here now. Had that not happened, I would not be the person that I am now. Have you ever gone through that? Have you ever been in a relationship and you were fighting to keep in that relationship and getting counseling and everything? And when you finally got out years later, you saw that person and you asked yourself the question, what state of mind was I in? When I went up in there and was trying to keep that. No, no. There are things that happen. Had I not been fired for WVKL from WVKL radio station, I would have never became a community activist. I would have never became a state legislator. I would have never became a motivational speaker. I would have never produced specials for PBS. Had I not been fired, I would have never become a motivational speaker and travel around the world in over 70 countries. Had I not been fired, I would not be the person that I am now. I would not have been able to touch over 2 billion people's lives around the world. So let me share something with you. Don't say you've been fired. What they did was they gave you your life back. Come on now. Yes, they gave you your life back. And when I look at that moment when a friend of mine told me that they gave me my life back, look, man, I got a car note, I got a mortgage note, I've got children I got to take care of, I got bills that's looking at me. Gave me my life back, yes. Because when you have a job, the journey of the broke, and when I was working, I never forget, I was so stressed out on my job. I told my wife at that time, this guy, he's a jerk. And she asked me very calmly, if he's a jerk, why is he signing your paycheck? You see why I divorced her. The devil is a liar. Oh my God. I couldn't sleep that night. Why do I have a jerk signing my paycheck? And if he's a jerk and he's signing my paycheck, what does that make me? If I'd continued to stay in that environment, if he had not blessed me by firing me. See, one of these things about life, Paul said, I must die daily. There's a guy that said, in life, when you don't have enough courage and insight to know that you have outgrown a situation, life will move on you. But let me call on Helen Keller. Helen Keller said that when one door closes, many other doors open, but most of us spend so much time looking at and being depressed and confused and talking about the closed door, we don't see the open door. When I got fired, they gave me my life back. And it takes some time. You just can't do it instantly. It takes some time. That you just shocked with it. Just, I mean, here right before Thanksgiving and Christmas, and get fired. Not because you haven't been doing your job, not because you haven't been giving your best, not because you haven't been showing up. It's called life. And you know, as I look at my life now, there are things that's making sense to me now, like the scripture that says, "Think it not strange that you have faced the fiery furnaces of this world. You will, not you might, you will have tribulations." Now at 80, I'm looking at and I'm seeing stuff that before I saw it, but I really did not see it. That life be lifing, that things are going to happen to you, even if you tithe, even if you're a good person, even if you're not messing with nobody, life coming for you. Pain, sickness, disease, accidents, all kind of stuff stalking us every day. Now I'm in a perpetual state of gratitude. I was going to Emory Medical Center and I was getting out of the car right quick, and my business partner said to me, "Hey, Les, look at those people going in the door there. Some of them were going on crutches. Some were being wheeled in a wheelchair." He said, "You're about to walk in." Wow. I just did that unthinkingly, that I was about to walk in at 80. I was able to walk in, didn't need any assistance. And I'm grateful that I can see. I'm grateful that I can hear. I'm grateful that I can walk. I'm grateful that I'm independent. I'm grateful for things that I've been taking granted for, that I'm still here. Everybody don't make 80. You're still here. Everybody who went to sleep last night didn't wake up today. You got your life back. So listen, I mean, you're going to have some time to process it, to clear your head, but you got to get some people around you that can bring the best out of you, that can challenge you. When I was fired, I never forget one of my very good friends that was in my circle that I talked to when I got fired. His name was Robert Boyd. And he said, Les Brown, he said, I know you angry at Bert Childs and WVKO because they fired you for editorializing about police brutality and that incident at the Kahiki restaurant. But listen to me, man. Listen to me. Things are not going to get better for you until you get better. Did you hear what I say? Things are not going to get better for you, Les Brown, until you get better. And so here's where I'm going. This is the time that you got to focus on you and got to ask yourself the question, who am I being in this situation? A friend of mine, Kim Jacobs, invited me to talk to a group of people. And this group of people that I spoke to, there was a young lady there who was once a prostitute. And I asked her, what was the turning point in your life? And she said, one evening, after she had turned what she said turned a trick, she went into a service station in the restroom. And after she used the restroom, she looked in the mirror to put on her lipstick. And she said, she asked herself the question, she's from Africa, who you be? Who you be? You weren't raised like this. Who you be? Who are you being now? Selling your body, sleeping around. Who you be? And she said, on that night, in that restroom, in that service station, she went in as a prostitute, but she came out in the identity of who she was being as the person that her parents raised her to be. See, all of us have moments in our lives in the Garden of Gethsemane. All of us have moments when in our lives, and life have to slap us and wake us up and make us look at ourselves. And I'm saying to you, if you lost your job, I'm saying to you, if you're going through some stuff right now, I'm saying to you, you got the power in you to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. I'm saying to you, there are opportunities, there are blessings, there are other jobs, there are businesses, there are gifts and abilities in you that now you are going to bring them out. Don't underestimate yourself. You're more than a job. And I'm telling you, it took me a time to get there. It took me a time. I hear people say, I lost everything. Excuse me? Are you taking a dirt nap? You lost everything? Are you serious? You still breathing? You still got a pulse? Come on. You still here. And those of you that are listening to me right now, I know my message is not for everybody. Those of you that are listening to me right now, what's in me is also in you. We are cut from the same cloth. We are branches of the same tree. And this time you've got to be hungry. Why? Because you're going to get some pushback. All kinds of things. I was just talking to a friend of mine. I saw this video, this man working on his job, and his supervisor told him that he didn't have to come back. They couldn't send him to another part of the country of the country to another part of the organization. Come to find out, the only people that were fired were the black people on the job. When he found that out, he went back to the guy. He said, was it an accident or a coincidence that all the people that were fired were black people? All the people that were retained and sent to other parts of the organization were white? And he said, yes, it was a coincidence. But here's what I was thinking about when I was listening to that young brother. As the Black Eagle used to say, what are you going to do about it? Life happens. What are you going to do about it? How long are you going to be depressed? How long are you going to complain about it? How long are you going to criticize them while creditors are coming at you? While you can't even hide your car now because they got computer instruments that can find out where the cars are. I think that's unlawful, because I remember finding out that a long time ago, the best way to get back on your feet is to miss 3 car payments. What are you going to do about it? You're still here. In life, you will always be faced with a series of God-ordained opportunities, brilliantly disguised as problems and challenges. There's something in you. There's greatness in you. There's talents and abilities and things that you have going for you that now you're going to dip into that out of the inspiration of desperation. You're going to call up that other dimension of yourself. That is going to give birth. I must die daily. You must die to who you are now to become the CEO of your own company. Because you got it like that. You're made in the likeness and image of God. You've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. You have the ability to create your own job. And at the time, I couldn't hear it. Because the noise in my head was, hey, these bills are coming fast. And I understand that. And I tell you, is anything that I learned in the midst of that is what Bob said. Brown, things are not going to get better for you until you get better. And I started focusing on me. What was I going to do now? Couldn't get a job in radio because they said I was too controversial. What am I going to do now? That's all that I knew how to do because that's all that I bothered to learn how to do. And there's something else. I believe in angels. I want you to be open to that. The relationships matter. Horace Perkins knocked on my door. Hey, Les Brown. Yeah. It's Horace. Hey, Horace, how are you? And he came in. And this angel that God sent to me had some petitions. He said, put your name here. I said, what's this? Just put your name here, Brown. And he'd run around and collected over 200 signatures for me to run for the 29th House District in Columbus, Ohio. I said, Perkins, I don't know anything about politics. I know how to get people out to register to vote, but I don't know anything about politics. He said, neither do the people who run for office. People like you. They like what you stand for. You spoke out and you help people, and they're going to come out for you now. And I signed it, and he was right. When election time came, you used to get around 3,000 votes in a state representative race. I got 26,000 to my opponents, the incumbent, 3,000. Had a commercial. Hello, my mama. I called mama. Hello, Mamie Brown. Hello, this is Mrs. Mamie Brown. Les Brown, mama. When I raised my boys, I raised them to be good boys. When they got out of hand, I beat their behinds. Please vote for my son. He's a good boy. And I won, hands down. I didn't know anything about politics. Passed 14 bills my first term. There's stuff that's waiting for you. There's blessings that's waiting for you, opportunities that are waiting for you, angels and people that are waiting for you. I want to ask you a question. My daughter, Ona Brown, she has a book. Are your angels unemployed? Come on, somebody. Are your angels unemployed? That so many of us are living low-risk lives that our angels are at the spa getting manicures and pedicures and massages. Are your angels unemployed? This is the time that we have to face the reality. There's no such thing as job security. You can go to college and graduate, and over 40% of the college graduates, including Harvard graduates, end up going back home and in debt. This is the time that you have to do for self. This is the time you have to create your own economy. And you got it like that. This is an era of entrepreneurship. What that song say? Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that has his own. This is the time that you got to move with a sense of urgency. You want to sit down and write out a vision of how you see yourself and what you want to do in this next chapter of your life. Write that vision and run. Don't spend time feeling sorry for yourself. No. This is going to turn out to be a blessing for you. And it says it's going to happen soon. First, it happened, you're in a state of shock and angry. I was there. This is a different space we're in. In this place, those who hunger and thirst after righteousness, right thinking, right relationships, right mindset, right skill set shall be filled. You got to have a hunger. If you're casual about making it today, you end up a casualty. It's no time to be a slacker. It's no time to be around people who don't have goals and dreams and stuff that they're working on. No, don't criticize them. Don't judge them. Just get out from among them and get around people that you can learn from, that you can grow from, that you can develop some new skills. That's what I had to do. I had to get some new relationships. When I wanted to change my life, I had to leave Miami. Sometimes you got to get up and go to a new land. That's what God said to Abraham. Sometimes the place where you are now, they will never recognize you because they know too much about you. And they can't forget the history that's in their mind and this fixed mindset they have about you. Sometimes you got to go and get some new relationships that gives you the space and the opportunity to reinvent yourself and to discover and build the next greatest version of yourself. It's your time. I'm telling you. I've been on this planet for 8 decades. At 80, I know a thing or two, and I've seen a thing or two. And I know you've got greatness in you. You were built for greatness. You were born for greatness. In spite of all this stuff that's going on now. No, don't underestimate yourself. And here's the final word. And listen to me closely so you can get this. This is major. Don't focus on what's going on now. Don't focus on the current reality. Focus on the reality that you are creating. We were put here, we were created by the Creator to create. What are you creating? Come on, sometimes we forget who we are until life slaps us up inside the head. This is one of those defining moments. Moments that before this and that's after this and after this, nothing will ever be the same again for you. It's a time for a spirit of determination, a spirit of knowing I've got more in me, a spirit of what Dr. Miles Monroe said, rob the cemetery of your genius, of your talents, of your ideas, of your business, of your leadership, of your voice, of your story. Yeah, live full, die empty, and focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. Don't focus on the current reality. No, you just lost your job. You got creditors breathing down your neck. No, don't focus on that. Focus on what you're going to do about it. Focus on this reality that you are now creating, that you are the author. You are becoming, as Mother Teresa would say, a pencil in the hand of God and writing this new chapter in your life. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy and Dr. Bell Rucker's pride and joy. I've got 2 mothers and I'm not ashamed. I've got 2 mothers and I love them just the same. Oh, by the way, I'm looking for 7 people. 7 people who are hungry, who are ready for the next breakthrough. 7 people who are coachable. Got to be coachable. You got to be willing to listen on where you want to be and hungry for the next chapter in your life. But you got something in you that you've got to do. It's called your death birth. What do you mean? That this is something that you want to do it before you die. And you want to be in a community of like-minded people. Just 7. Dr. Miles Monroe said to me, Les Brown, there's no success without successors. I miss that brother. What a great man. If that's you, if what I do and what I represent, and if you can hear my voice, whosoever will, let him come, let her come. Email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. lesbrown77@gmail.com. So let me say to you finally, you have something special. You were built for greatness. You were built for success. You were chosen for greatness. This is your moment. This is your time. Focus on your new reality. Bye for now. Bye-bye. No, I'm down here by myself and don't know how to turn this thing off. Well, let me get some feedback. Did y'all if I've resonated with you what I shared, can I see some flames or some hearts or something? Let me know that somebody heard me before I get off from here. All right. Let's see here. Let me say, love you, Les Brown. I love you back. Yes. Yes, you're chosen for greatness. Absolutely. You're made in the likeness and image of God. Been given authority and dominion. Just been miseducated about who we are. Yeah. I like these responses. Can you end this for me, please?